Okay, the next title. Take the ghost train. There's a tumble-down old station where a ghost train wait to go. All abroad, ghosts, ghosts, and goblins. Watch the engine brightly glow. In its cab, a phantom fireman helps the engine get up steam. Huff, 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 it's moving slowly. Hear its whistle like a scream. Ghostly guards are whistling with wildly. Bony fingers wave goodbye as along the rails the ghost train glides beneath the moonlit sky, which shriek along the rail cars, while inside the dining car, vampires munch and crunch with monster, sipping cocktails at the bar. On the speed through misty Mars, what a chilling sight to see! Ghostly face at the window, silent wheels turnery. If there were ticket for the ghost train, would you dare to take a ride, or would you quickly run away and find somewhere to hide? Okay, the last title is All Done and Dusted. Last but not least, all done and dusted. Duster was a witch cat. He came from a long line of witch cat, a fact of which he was very proud, for he and his ancestors were known far and wide to be very fine witch cats indeed. He lived in a little cottage with a kind witch called Mavis, on whom he was very fond. Mavis thanked her lucky star for Duster and told him often that he was the best cat a witch could wish for. So you would think that Duster would be happy and content, but he wasn't. You see, Duster had a problem, and a rather mucky problem at that. Now, as you know, cats are clean and tidy creatures. Now, as you know, cats are clean and tidy creatures. They wash at least 10 times a day and are carefully groomed at all times. They are light on their feet and can tiptoe across crowded surface without making a sound of knocking anything over. But witches are a completely different matter. They only wash twice a year, Christmas and birthday. They crash about knocking things over like pots of sticky green slime, and they never wash anything up after using it. And of all the grimy, slimy, mucky, messy witch, Mavis was the worst. Only that morning that Duster had used up another one of his 9 lives when he slipped in a pool of snail slime on the floor, tripped over Mavis' broomstick that, as usual, had been left lying off the floor and was catapulted across the room, narrowly missing the bubbling cauldron on the fire. Poor Duster was at the end of his tether. So it was with a heavy heart that he sat thinking how to celebrate his birthday, which was in a few days' time. He wanted to have a few friends over, but the cottage was in such a mess that he felt too embarrassed. But while he was pondering what to do, Mavis suddenly announced that she had to go and visit her sister Ethel for a few days. Apparently, Ethel had cast a spell to turn everything she touched into chocolate, but as it was the middle of summer, her whole cottage was melting into one big sticky mess. It's very kind of you to go and help Ethel tidy up, sighed Duster. Oh, I can't wait, sighed Mavis, louder her bags onto her broomstick. Every witch in the forest will be there. I will be a real party. It will be a real party. I don't understand, sighed Duster, watching Mavis from the safety of the window sill. None of you are exactly good at housework. Housework? Mavis spluttered. Who said anything about housework? We are not going to clean her house. We are going to eat it. She chuckled, licking her lips and patting her round belly. Well, we'll make chocolate custard, chocolate mousse, chocolate cake, chocolate chip, cookies. And still muttering about chocolate, she hopped on her broomstick and flew away. Duster tooted in disapproval. The one time which cleared anything up was when there was food involved, which is why all witches have very clean fridge. As Duster tucked himself into bed that night, an idea came to him. While Mavis was at her sister's, he could clean up the cottage and invite his friend over for a birthday tea. After all, many springs had come and gone without a clean. It was high time to take action. The next morning, Duster got up bright and early, put on his apron, and got straight to work. First of all, he cleared everything into the garden so that he could see what he was doing. He swept the floor and polished it till it shone. Then he scrubbed the table and covered it with a nice clean tablecloth. Next, he dusted the bookshelf, being careful not to open the spell books in case any magic fell out. He hadn't forgotten the time a rainbow spell leaked onto his tail. It kept changing colors for months, which he found very embarrassing. He sorted out the jars and bottles, putting spell ingredient on the dresser and food in the kitchen. Mavis was always getting her spell and recipe mixed up. You never knew what you might find in your soup. Duster washed out the cauldron, which was placed with all sorts of poison. When he wrung out his clothes, a slimy green puddle formed, turned it into a toad, and hopped off. Finally, Duster decorated the cottage with balloons and streamers and laid out a party tea with a birthday cake in the shape of a mouse. He stood back and looked around, feeling very pleased with himself. At 2 o'clock, the doorbell rang, and as Duster let his friend in, they marveled at the lovely clean cottage. You two have been busy, said Sparkle. However, did you get Mavis to clean up? I didn't. She's staying at her sister's, so I took the opportunity to tidy up myself, said Duster, and he went on to explain the plan he'd made. As you all know, I came from a famous family of witches' cat, but being a witch cat is not what it used to be. Standards have slipped and I've had enough. I can't go on living in such a terrible mess. I'm going to tell Mavis that either she keeps the place tidy or I'm going on strike. That should make her mend her ways. After all, no witch can do without her cat. Good for you. That's the idea. Cheers the other. If only we could all do the same, said Swep. But we can, cried Bristle. All the witches have gone to Ethel's. We can all clean our cottage. The cats all nodded excitedly and happily discussed their cleaning plans while enjoying the birthday tea. A few days later, Mavis came hurtling through the door on her broomstick, but she stopped in her tracks when she saw the cottage. Oh my, what have you done? Where are all my things? cried Mavis. "It's all right. They're all here. I've just tidied them up," sighed Duster, opening cupboards and showing her. "There are going to be a few changes around here from now on," he went on firmly and explained his ultimatum to Mavis. All over the forest, the other cats were doing just the same. After much grumbling and complaining, Mavis sulkily agreed to keep tidy. "But I still like it better messy," she muttered. "Too late," sighed Duster. "It's all done and dusted. Now let's have a nice cup of tea." And from then on, Duster was a very happy witch cat indeed. Okay, this is the last title. A really, really last. A poem titled Ode to Ghosts. A ghost, he has a sad old life, haunting empty castle on birthday and at Christmas time. The postman brings no parcels. He floats around from room to room. He howls and clangs his chains, but everyone ignores the noise and blames it on the drains. And if by chance he should appear, most people scream with fright. He just can't understand it. Is he such a dreadful sight? He has no friends to play with. It really is a shame. He'd like to come around for tea or join you in a game. But people think that gods are bad, and so they stay away. There's no one he can gather to or pass the time of day. So if you ever meet a ghost, don't run away in fright. Stay a while and have a chat. You'll find they are most polite. Finish. Neptune's Ghosts and Other Scary Stories. Open the page of this splendidly spooky story collection and you'll find tales to make your toes tingle and rims to make you roar. Other titles in this series: Woozle the Wizard and Other Scary Stories, A Troll Too Far and Other Scary Stories, The Witch's Party and Other Scary Stories, The Ghost Ship and Other Scary Stories, The Mummy's Curse and Other Scary Stories.